In this module, we are going to talk about gender and economy. Gender inequality is defined as a social process that is characterized by the unequal treatment of men and women. It is generally comprised of distinctions regarding biology, mindset, and other cultural norms and values. Some of these distinctions are empirically grounded, while other gender discriminations are socially constructed. This is not only the distinction between men and women, but I would add another gender, that is transgender. So, socially, when we are living in a community, we are making a distinction among men, women, and transgender. Gender equality is no more attributed as an ethical or moral issue. Rather, it is considered as an essential condition of life. Gender equality leads to increased productivity, efficiency, transparency, sustainable peace, and security. Gender equality contributes to long term effect on security and security of nation and world. Transgenders are merged in a society in the developed part of the world, and now in Pakistan, Supreme Court of Pakistan has given orders that we need to merge transgenders in different jobs. They should be placed in different departments and must be arranged jobs for them that they could live a respectable life in the society. Although gender equality improves standard of living and economic growth, yet economic prosperity does not always guarantee gender equality. The increase in female employment in the developed world is the main driving force of economic growth in the last few decades. Employed women have contributed to global GDP growth. It is considered that when we stop discriminating on the basis of gender issues, it will make an economy more prosperous, more healthy, and the GDP of that country where gender differences are not kept in consideration usually grow more efficiently. Many women cannot get higher education due to cultural constraints. However, many women around the world are contributing to global economy by serving in different sectors such as business, agriculture, industry, domestic workers, market vendors, migrant workers. Women's economic empowerment. If we really want to make women empowered, we need to make them that they should try to have an employment. Not only women, any men, any woman, any transgenders. If you believe that they should have a respectable life in a society, they must earn their livelihood by themselves. And more opportunities supposed to be created for all the genders equally or equitably. Ability to participate equally in existing markets, it empowers genders. Access to and control over productive resources, access to decent work, equal salary packages, allowed to participate in economic decision making, household to international institutions. We usually observe that women are not part of decision making in most of the countries in the world. Although in the developed countries, they are now started giving a due role of women in decision making. But still, in the developing countries, this practice is usually shied. But as far as Pakistan is concerned, maybe a great country regarding women's status and empowering women. Our, if you could see in our government, Benazir Bhutto remained prime minister for 2 times. So it shows that in Pakistan, at the top level, we gave an opportunity to women to work and to lead the country. Not only this, Chief Justice of KPK High Court was also a woman, and there are other examples in Pakistan where women are leading the business, the any entrepreneur. So this is how we can say that other countries can empower their women by giving them opportunities.